Now, editorial news, cable news report, weekend review for April 10th, 2011 continues. Yeah, day one was the Radical 3, but the other 3 of the 6, Ocampo 6, that is, are the heavy hitters. You will see them, Uhuru Kenyatta, Deputy Prime Minister, Francis Muthaura, head of public civil service, and retired Postmaster General Hussein Ali. They didn't come in radical. They came in quiet like chess players. And matter of fact, they had the lawyers to back them up.
Now, if you thought day 2 at the ICC here at The Hague was going to be the same as day 1, well, think again. Yes, the arrivals were pretty much the same, but the time was in the afternoon. Once they were in the courtroom, everything was different.
There are reasonable grounds to believe that Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta is criminally responsible as indirect co-perpetrator under Article 25(3)(a) of the statute.
It looks like each of the defense teams have brought with them an arsenal of lawyers, from Francis Muthaura's team to Uhuru Kenyatta's team, consisting purely of Queen's Counsel lawyers, and of course General Ali's with a couple of Canadian counsels. And even the chief prosecutor, Luis Moreno Ocampo, was put to task from the onset.
The prosecutor considered that the full disclosure is a cornerstone of fair trial, and that's what we always did. And we are prepared to disclose the evidence in proper time.
Your Honour, of course, the instructions given today can hardly be taken as a surprise to the prosecutor. Back on the 15th of December, when he publicly named all 3 suspects in the ex parte Article 58 procedure, he knew that if he got what he wanted, if a summons was issued, he would be required to give disclosure. And of course, a decision was given on the 8th of March. So I would take that a diligent and professional prosecutor would be in an advanced state of preparation in order to discharge his obligations under the statute.
It's very important that there is disclosure to the defence of the evidence that you have seen, so that we may read it and prepare our defences accordingly. And we hope that the disclosure regime will fully inform us promptly and in sufficient time to enable necessary defence preparations, which at this stage we have not received anything.
Tell us an idea of the number of documents that we are talking about. It's also important to address how many pages we're talking about, because a single document could be 500 pages. The second issue, Your Honor, that we'd like to address at that confirmation hearing is the extrajudicial comments by the Office of the Prosecutor in the theater. Your Honor expressed some concern about possible unrest down in Kenya, and Your Honor accurately and appropriately addressed all parties in that regard. I want to say at the outset, Your Honors, that it's not helpful when those extrajudicial comments go down to Kenya by the Office of the Prosecutor at various times. So we ask that Your Honor have some discussion during the confirmation hearing about how all the facts and circumstances concerning these 3 gentlemen can be addressed before this chamber and answered before this chamber in the appropriate fashion.
As I said about those lawyers, hey, they came in with the full arsenal, especially Francis Muthaura, whose lawyer is the lawyer of none other than the ex-Libyan President Charles Taylor. They was wondering about the disclosure that Luis Moreno Ocampo, the ICC chief prosecutor, is bringing up. Will it be on time so they can present their cases? Because they don't want to dilly-dally and be late like, of course, with Kenya, because they was late with the deferment. But these guys right here will not be late with the disclosure. Lawyers hit things on time. They don't play, they hit it. Unless you are a Kenyan lawyer. But anyway, the thing is, they on the money. So when you see Ocampo with his hands on his face like this, he might be doing this. So get ready for it, and get ready for April 15, 16, and 17. Get ready for it. Coming to Nyeri, Kenya, God's prophet, Dr. David Edward Uhuru. He's going to send God's message to Kenya. Kenya must go back to God. Well, maybe after the Hague is over for them, they be going back to God. Because guess what? It says leaders of the government, they'll be coming over there. You might have Ruto, Hussein Ali, Joshua Hassan, Hemikoski, the old Campo 6 there, on their knees, begging for God for repentance. But get ready for God's prophet, Dr. David Edward Uhuru, coming on April 15, 16, and 17. Look at the times as he's coming to Nyeri, Kenya, at Nyeri Stadium, of course. And I'll be back with more LTL, Editorial News, the Cable News Report, Weekend Review.